talk about the Guardian of the Galaxy, Ben Grimm. After 2015 Secret Wars, when the multiverse had ended and was completely reset, we see Reed, Sue, and the kids put heroism on the back burner as they explore this new multiverse that they have helped create. When Reed reset everything, Victor was back on Earth with a freshly healed face, and maybe with Reed Richards not being around, he thought that he could be a force for good if he wasn't obsessed with being better than Richards. But without the Four, without the family around, Ben Grimm became a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Thanks to the Fantastic Four, he's no stranger to space, and he thinks to himself while he's out here, this is where he was always meant to be. And he's having a good time, except for everything he runs into is trying to kill him. See him and the Guardians take on a Chitauri Leviathan. During the beginning of this run of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Peter Quill actually wasn't on the team, as he had assumed the position that his father had once held as the King of Spartax. We see Quill and his planet under attack from this new big badass villain called Hala the Destroyer, who basically blames him for the destruction of the Kree homeworld. Thankfully, Ben and the Guardians were there to try and help their old pal out. Hala does eventually make away with Quill, but Ben and the team come up with a plan to go get him back. Thanks to the new muscle on the team and a good plan from their new Captain Rocket, didn't seem to be too big of a problem. The thing about this iteration of the Guardians is they go from one disaster literally straight into the other. They then get attacked by Yotat, the Destroyer of Destroyers. We see Ben forming good friendships with the Guardians. I mean, who wouldn't love the ever-loving thing? But not all of them enjoy the clobbering time Warcry, specifically Drax. Rocket, on the other hand, absolutely loves it. This is him dying laughing on the ground after they dropped Ben out of orbit on top of some people they were fighting, and begging him to say it's clobbering time. It turns out the Quill had been set up that the people of Spartax were trying to, blame him for all their problems, so the Guardians have to rescue him again. And then the Guardians then go on to free an entire planet full of slaves from the Brotherhood of the Badoon. But guess who got caught, and they have to turn around and go get him? That's right, it's Star-Lord. While the Guardians are there, they also find out that Thor's sister Angela had been captured, so they free her and she joins the team again. And Ben and the Guardians together basically wipe out the entirety of the Brotherhood of the Badoon. Highlighted by the fact that Angela cut their king's head off. Which, of course, grossed Ben out a little bit when she's hugging up on him and she hasn't cleaned up after the battle. Unfortunately, his run on the team doesn't last all that long. About 10 issues in, Civil War II comes up and Carol calls the Guardians for help. Ben is really struggling to be on Carol Danvers' side as she is fighting Tony Stark, and that's one of Ben's old poker buddies. When Ben arrives back on Earth, he sees that there's 2 Iron People, 2 Captain Americas, 2 Spider-Men, and that he's been gone and a lot has changed. And during the big battle of Civil War II, the Guardian ship gets destroyed, stranding all of them back on Earth. He's forced to be back on his homeworld. We see Ben going to get some clothes, pick up some pizza, which he is excited about, but of course being home makes him think about his family that he no longer has. He isn't given much time to feel down and be in his feelings as Maria Hill shows up and offers him a job as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. with one special task in mind: find Victor Von Doom.